Guys, it finally happened. I cut my hair.
Hi guys, so today is the day I will cut my hair. So if you're here from a very long time, you know that I've been wanting to do that for a very long time, and it's been 1.5 years that I don't cut my hair. So right now it is very long, very damaged, and yeah, it is time. So I'm going right now to cut them, and I have not an appointment, but in this place they don't take appointments, so we'll see what we can do today, and I hope to don't have any regrets. And yeah, I thought to bring you with me. So let's go. So I know that I didn't bring you with me to the appointment, but I was very anxious and I was very late also. So I was running, I didn't know where the place was, and also I was not feeling comfortable in like recording in there. So I will just tell you what this experience was, but before I will let you know how my hair look like now.
Found myself in the dark of the night when I was lost, needed a revive. I found myself in the dark of the night when I was lost, needed a revive. I found myself.
So, as you may have noticed, my hair look pretty different in terms of like height, because I used to have it like this, as you saw. So it was very long, it arrived to my butt more or less, and now it is very short. But something that I'm very happy about it is that the lady understood that I was very scared about cutting my hair. Not scared, but I didn't really want to change the way I look. I just wanted them to be more healthy, and I also wanted like more like short hairs, but I didn't want to change that much. So if you notice, the beginning of my hair is pretty much the same. So if I do just like that, you cannot notice any difference. And the proof of this is that just two friends of mine recognized that I cut my hair. The others, I had to tell them. So maybe they are not very focused about it, but the reality is that you don't really notice the difference in my face. And so I think that's why. While when you notice it, you understand that it is very different. But yeah, I don't feel like I really changed my look that much, and that was something I also wanted to make sure of. Now, talking about my experience, it was the first good experience that I had in cutting hair, because for all my life my mom did it and for a little short time of my life I went to places in which people cut your hair, but it was always to a place that was mostly for men's, and my mom used to go there, and the people are amazing, so nice, so gentle, all good. But the reality is that I always wanted something more or less specific. I had some photos, and every time that I showed those photos, I never had the result back. And of course, I didn't want to look like the person in the photo because my face is different, I know that. But still, you have an idea, and every single time I was ended up with something completely different, and I always wanted to cry. So this is also the reason why I waited 1.5 years to cut my hair. And every time I do this, every time I wait 1 year, 2 years, 1.5 years, because every time I know that I go there, my hair will look more healthy, but I will not be satisfied. So yeah, every time is conflicted, and every time I wait so long. And one example of this is the time in which my cousin got married, and I really wanted to look pretty. I really wanted to feel like I was beautiful, and I wanted to do this for her, but also for me. Like, I wanted one time in which I was feeling beautiful and I was happy with myself, and just I wanted to look more pretty and more beautiful than usual. And also, I don't know, I just wanted to feel that I was pretty. So I went to the salon, and I went there with my sister, and she was like, I don't know, I don't know what I want, do whatever you want. And she ended up gorgeous. And me, otherwise, I was like, okay, let's do this simple. I have this photo, I just want my hair like this, but I don't want the straight line, so I just want like something. I don't know how to do that. I had a photo, so I didn't explain that like this, but I just wanted something like that, maybe better. So without the straight line, closed here with something pretty that they had, and that's it. And I wanted like little curls, but not very straight, pretty like soft, so with a lot of air in, and that's it. That was all what I wanted. And in my head, very easy to do, not very stressful. I also didn't have much time, so this was what I wanted, and I thought this was what I was ended up with, but it was not like that. And also I was very different from how I am right now, and so I didn't want to say if something was wrong, and this characterized all my experience with hairs and not only with it. So every time that I see a person that is doing something that I don't want him or her to do to my hair, I don't say it. And even if they ask, like, should I do like that instead? I didn't feel comfortable in saying, no, I told you I want this like that, so please do that like I said. Because I'm like, this is their job, I don't want to be rude, I don't know they to get mad or be sad, which will not have happened either way. So I always say, okay. So also, to the day of my cousin's wedding, I ended up with a very, very marked straight line. And my hair was just like this, like a lady in the 1800. And my hair was very, very, very curvy, but very, very short, like little piece of hair, like the opposite of what I said. And I arrived to the hotel, which was in front of the church. And I cried, I was very sad, I wanted to wash my hair, just go like normal, but I didn't have time because really it was like 20 minutes before the wedding was starting, so I could not. And so I was traumatized also there. So for me, this time was very important because this was not only a time in which I wanted to cut my hair, I had to cut my hair, but it was also a time in which I had to figure it out if I grew up enough just to tell what I wanted and just tell if I do not agree with something that the other person is doing. And this time it all went so good. In fact, I arrived to the place and I didn't know where the place was. I was using maps, I was not finding the place, so I called. They told me, oh yes, because map always say something different, just go here and there, and then we find out where I was. And the experience was this one, because just at the beginning I was talking with the lady and she just went away, so there was a couch and I thought that I had just to sit there and wait my turn because they didn't take appointment, as I told you. And so I sat and I waited, and then a lady arrived with her daughter and she said, because my daughter had just to cut the hair just a little bit, can we do this like quickly now? And they, oh, of course, just sit down there and in 2 minutes we come for you. Then a boy arrived and he said, hi, I had to cut my hair, can I just do that? And they said, oh, of course, just come right now. No? And I was like, well, I was here before, I don't care, I can do this later. I just want to make sure that you have time to do also me, because you don't take appointments. So I was like, okay, but I arrived before. For me, it's not a problem. For me, he can go first. And also the lady with the daughter. But I just want to make sure that, I don't know, I have to say something, I have to do something in order to be put in a list. I don't know how does it work. And he was like, oh no, sorry, I didn't see you. We can do you first. I was like, no, do the man first. For me, it's not a problem. Just, I wanted to know if you have time also for me. And they said yes, so they also did me. And this is the first thing that for you can be like a very stupid thing. But for me, the thing that I said something and I just say in a very polite way, I'm here to, what do I have to do also for be taken in consideration? I don't know, it was something big for me. For you can be not, but for me it was. Then a lady arrived and she was, okay, what do we want to do? And I was like, okay, I want to cut my hair, but I don't want it to be so much different, but I want them a little, like, I don't know how to say that in English, I should have checked before, but like more short and more long and more long, you know, there is this type of different height of hair, and I wanted it. And I said, I have no reference because this time I was not going to share a photo. I already clarified to myself, it is okay. Do not focus about any picture. Just say what you want to do and just see the result. Because if you're focusing about a photo, then you are not going to be satisfied. So please, just say what you want, don't have any expectation and just try to say the better that you can what you want and stay happy with the result, and that's it. Then I realized that I didn't want my hair that cut because my hair has this tendency to just grow and just add volume to himself. So I find it out that really if I was doing something that I saw in a photo, maybe I was ending up with a very big volume and I didn't want it at all. So, but I still didn't want that totally straight. So I arrived to the lady and I was like, see, I changed my mind because I didn't want them that, like, I don't want them to add volume. So do whatever you want to do, but the request that I have is that I don't have really straight hair, but I neither have a big volume. So do what you want, but take in consideration that those are two things that I do not want. And she was like, okay, it's not a problem, whatever. And also when she was cutting like this part of my hair, I was like, okay, but sorry, can you make sure that I can still do that? Because I don't know if you notice in the videos, but I really do that pretty much all the time. And so I wanted to make sure that I still can do that. And she was like, oh yes, not a problem. So she was very nice. And also because she was very nice, I was feeling very comfortable in telling her whatever I was feeling, whatever I wanted her to be aware of, and all the doubts that I could have and whatever. And she was very, very nice, and I was feeling very, very comfortable in saying what I wanted to say because I found it out that it was not rude. I came here because I wanted something and I'm paying for that something. And of course, I have to be polite, I have to be nice, and I want to be. And you are doing your job too. So we all came here for a reason and we all have to respect each other's. But if I want something, I came here to have this something. So I am legitimated to tell you what I want. And as long as I do that in a polite way and just for the reason of have what I wanted to have when I arrive here, it is completely fine. And she is completely fine because I'm not saying anything rude. I'm not saying I don't like your job. I'm just saying because you are talented, can I ask you also to do that? Because I believe that you can do that. So yeah, this was my experience at the salon. I also paid so few for what I was expected because in Trento it's all very expensive, while I just paid 38 euros and I was like, oh my god, really? That's so good. And also at the end she was like checking me and making me check myself, and she was like, but if you want that different, we can totally do that. And I don't know, she was very concerned about the fact that I was happy with it, also because she was very aware that I have had very bad experience before. And I also told her that I didn't want to share a picture because every time I get upset. And she told me, well, if you want to make me see it so that I have an idea. So I also show her the photos, and the reality is that I ended up pretty similar, while like for my hair, for what I am, but I didn't want to be as the photo. I just wanted this applied to me, and this is what I got. So yeah, I'm pretty happy about it. And I also am thinking about doing a little shorter the next time. And I also bought like oil that I will show you here, which is very nice for your hair, and because I don't want to destroy them again. And I really find myself very nice and good and at home with them. I want to come back at least every 6 months so that I make sure that my hair are great, and that in my journey of trying to be the better version of myself and also happy with myself and with my life, I also want to take care about me, so also about my hair. And so yeah, I also have this oil which was 26.18 cents, something like that. So it was a pretty nice price, and so in total I spent 68, something like that. So I thought I was going to spend 68 just for the cut. So it was amazing and I'm very happy about it. And this was my transition and also my story, and this is the result I ended up with. I'm very happy about it, and as you can notice, and of course it's been already, I'm not going to say 2 weeks, but 1 week and a half that I did that. So this video is pretty old, and so I already washed it, I already did whatever I had to do. So this is the final result. I'm not going to be any different in the long term. And also I will let you some picture of the day of the cut, and also of some days after, when I went to the Tercimi di Lavaredo and also to the Lago di Brais. And yeah, I hope this video was enjoyable. I hope that you liked it. I hope that if you want to cut your hair and you're very scared about it, or you had very bad experience, this video can encourage you to go to do that, but with the state of mind that you are not going to look as a photo, and also you are completely legitimated to say what you want to have in a place in which you pay for it, and in a place in which they want to give you what you want to have. So be gentle, be polite, be respectful, but be respectful also for yourself. So if you want something, say that. If you don't want them to do something, say that. If they are doing something that you are not feeling comfortable to, say that. And this does not just apply to when they cut your hair, but in general life. Try to be the best version of yourself and to do what you really want to do in order to have the happier life that you can have. So yeah, with that said, I hope to see you soon in my next video, and I wish you a very beautiful day and a very beautiful life.